This with y'all while it was fresh on my mind because I thought that this would be pretty interesting. Um, it says right here in Dumbing Us Down by John Taylor Gatto, it says, "Is it any wonder Socrates was outraged at the accusation he took money to teach? Even then, philosophers saw clearly the inevitable direction the professionalization of teaching would take, that of preempting the teaching function, which in a healthy community belongs to everyone, just like it teaches in 1 Corinthians chapter 14. So right here, I think that's an interesting way of looking at John chapter 10, verse 13. It's are actually starting in verse 11. So John chapter 10, verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, someone who teaches for hire, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth, because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and am known of mine. So the hireling doesn't care for the flock. And we'll look at Micah 3:11 too. That's a good one. So sorry, sometimes I can get a little lost. I try to memorize the organization, but sometimes my studies lead me in different places. But it's Micah 3:11. So 1 second while I fumble around to find Micah. There we go. Micah 3:11 says, the heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. So it's all about the money. And like I said in 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Let me go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Sometimes I get lost here too. That's okay, as long as we stick together to find it. 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Over here it says, how is it then, brethren, when ye come together, every one of you hath a psalm, hath a doctrine, hath a tongue, hath a revelation, hath an interpretation? Let all things be done unto edifying. And this how then is also used up here. What is it then? Those are actually the same words. How is it then, and what is it then? I believe that those are the two that are the same. So some people try to twist this and say that that's not what it's saying, but that's exactly what it's saying. So everyone is supposed to be. It's like when Moses, they said, Moses said, "Enviest thou for my sake? I desire that all men would prophesy," and that's in, I believe that's in Numbers. I can't remember right offhand, but you know what? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Numbers, Deuteronomy. You can find it. Sometimes you just have to slow down and take the time to look for it. I can't guarantee that I can find it right this second, but let me see. Let me see. Maybe it's 16 right here. So, all right. I can't find it right this second, but if you look up the word envious, because he says, "Envious thou for my sake? I desire that all men should prophesy." Let me see. Yeah, I can't find it right offhand. All right, well, I hope that this helped, and remember that people who are paid money to teach don't care about you. That applies for business, school, church, or any of that. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.